Table for dose?
Of course. I can squeeze you in at 7:30.
Perfect.
On November 16, 2023.
Today is the day, everyone. It is November 16th, 2023, aka the day that Zack and Cody's dinner table at the restaurant in Rome is available for them. People have been hyping this moment up for years, and we have finally reached this important day in history. Let's get a round of applause, eh? We had to survive some pretty crazy stuff in order to get to this day. I almost thought we wasn't gonna make it for real. I'm not gonna lie, but we are in fact here. So I thought it would be a fun idea to go back and watch this episode because why not? I mean, we have to celebrate this day somehow. But you know what? If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it Mr. Nostalgia style. We don't do basic over here, okay? I thought to make this feel even more authentic, I would track down the original premiere airing of this episode from January 2009 to use as the main footage for this video. However, I couldn't find it, unfortunately, so we're just going to use some random airing from March instead. But let's just pretend that this is the original airing from January, okay? Forget I said that. So yeah, my name is Mr. Nostalgia, and today we will be looking at the Sweet Life on Deck episode, When in Rome. By the way, I am posting this video at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is actually 7:30 p.m. in Rome time, to make things even cooler, because I'm just that guy, you know.
All aboard! This ship is sailing towards another high seas adventure. The Sweet Life on Deck, here on Disney Channel.
The Sweet Life on Deck episode When in Rome aired on the network on January 23rd, 2009. In case you were wondering, this is what the Billboard Top 100 looked like around this time, and Paul Blart Mall Cop was the #1 movie in theaters at this time, just to get you in the 2009 feels. Fun fact, this episode was directed by Richard Correll, who has worked on every other Disney series known to man except Zeke and Luther, which is insane. Come on, bruh. The episode starts with Mosby, Zack, Cody, Bailey, and London getting ready for their trip to Rome.
What are you doing?
Unwrapping. I have to go tinkle.
Okay, moving on, we're then hit with the theme song. I've never actually gotten the chance to talk about the theme song of this show like how I did the original one in my Disney Channel guest stars video. But this one is pretty good, very catchy. I feel like you could walk into a club filled with 20-something-year-olds and yell, "Oh," and 80% of them will respond back with, "This boat's rockin'." Or maybe only I would, I don't know. When London and Bailey arrive in Rome, they of course do a bunch of shopping, and Bailey obviously has to carry all of London's bags. Immediately, they get distracted by a teenager singing a song while playing the guitar. Fun fact, they literally stole this song from As the Bell Rings, a show that Disney used to air around this time that would only come on during commercial breaks.
About that.
Are you gonna be the girl in that dream when I close my eyes?
They just redid it in Italian, thinking nobody would notice. How dare they? London is falling head over heels for this dude who goes by the name of Luca. No Doncic. Every time they try to get close to each other though, Luca's uncle stops them because he wants him to practice his music instead of hanging around girls. So, Luca tells London that his uncle has disowned him and will not be funding his enrollment at Juilliard anymore. Because of this, London offers to pay instead, and he accepts. He's very appreciative and says he'll meet back up with her in an hour. But as it turns out, he and his uncle are actually just con men who trick people into giving them money, and Bailey overheard the whole thing. She tries to warn London, but London doesn't listen. Man, not gonna lie, I do not miss when Disney used to run these giant ads over their shows. They would stay on the screen for like 20 seconds sometimes, and it was so annoying. Anyway, London finds out the hard way that Luca doesn't actually care about her and runs off crying. Bailey meets up with him, and he explains that although it started off as a scam, he actually does have interest in London, but his uncle is forcing him to keep up the charade. So, they come up with a plan to get the money back that involves Bailey dressing up as Justina Valentine from Wild 'N Out and Mr. Mosby dressing up as Soulja Boy. They pretend to be musical artists, with Mosby obviously pretending to be a rapper.
Bang, bang! All my neighbor's door. Can I borrow some sugar? Gonna make it to the store. Having a dinner party, gonna have baked Alaska. I really hope it don't turn into a fiasco.
Okay, so basically they tricked the uncle into giving Mosby the $20,000 back by saying that he'll need that money to sign him to his record label and to pay for studio time and stuff. Things go well, but then London catches them, but they still get the money back. Everybody hugs it out, and we never hear from or see Luka again. Bye, Luka. Believe it or not, that was the A plot. The whole dinner reservation stuff is actually the B plot, which makes the whole 2023 thing being the main focus of the episode even funnier. But yeah, in case you were wondering, that's what London and Bailey are up to during this episode. Okay, now for the real event and the moment you've all been waiting for. While all that other stuff is going down, Zack and Cody arrive at what Cody describes as the best restaurant in all of Italy. They head inside and ask for a reservation and, well, I don't think I really need to describe what happens next. I kind of already played it in the intro. Cody questions the 15-year-long wait, but Chef Gigi just dismisses them in favor of the next reservation, which just so happens to be held by Mr. Mosby.
Please, Mr. Mosby, from one gastronome to another. Don't call him a gnome. We're trying to get on his good side.
Zack is by far the funniest character on the show. Mosby eventually caves in and lets the twins share a chair. They start causing a ruckus though, and Chef Gigi tells them to get out, Mosby included. You know what's funny? A lot of the hype around this episode has been generated by, a lack of understanding of it. And I really don't blame people because they probably haven't seen this episode in years. So I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but they never actually agreed on the reservation. So like, I know people have been saying, oh, someone should tell Zack and Cody that their table is ready, but like, there is no table waiting for them since they never actually got put on the reservation list. Which kind of makes this video a little pointless, but oh well. The next day, the twins go back to the restaurant to try to find some food in the dumpster, which honestly feels a bit out of character for Cody since he's a neat freak. They witness two chefs getting fired, so Cody steps in to offer his assistance, and Gigi agrees to let him help. And Zack too, for some reason. When they start working, Cody asks if they'll get to eat anything, and Gigi says that the workers who aren't fired get to join her for a meal at the end of the shift. This might sound weird, but I would love to eat a meal with her.
I felt that
I'm not trying to say anything crazy around but wouldn't you want to know her life story over some tortellini or something? That would be sick. Tell me I'm not crazy, bro. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Things are going pretty well at first, but when Cody notices that the restaurant has earned its 5th star, he gets a bit excited and touches it, causing it to fall in the tomato sauce.
It's like she's back down to 4 stars. Not that I'm surprised with the careless kitchen staff.
Best character on the show. Cody reaches in to grab it and asks Zack for a boost, but when he hears Gigi coming, he accidentally tosses Cody into the sauce. Zack lies, saying that he added something into it, although technically I guess it wasn't a lie since he added Cody into it, so.
I have tomato in places tomato should never be.
I find myself quoting this line a lot more than I probably should, not gonna lie. Zack helps Cody up but drops him again, this time causing ingredients to fall all over Cody. Rightfully so, Cody gets fired. However, despite being involved in what happened, the final scene reveals that Zack actually ends up staying around to have dinner with Gigi. Cody repeats his actions from earlier and begs to be let in through the window, but then Zack shuts the blinds. And that wraps up the episode.
What's up? I'm Kyle Massey.
Nah, Kyle Massey jump scare. Nah, we good, bro. We don't need, no, we're good. Thank you.
Don't move. The Sweet Life on Deck will be right back on Disney Channel. Let's sail on back to The Sweet Life on Deck on Disney Channel.
So, final thoughts on this episode? Well, I gotta say, it is a really good one. You know, usually it's Zack that messes things up for Cody, but for once this time around, Zack was the unproblematic one. Everything that happened to Cody happened to him because of him, and that was a nice change of pace. Honestly, I'm glad that I still like this episode because this would have been a very different video if I did not like it. And I've made like so many negative videos recently that I wanted to at least have one video where I praise something. And I low-key did not expect it to be this one, but I'm all here for it. It's a good episode for real, one of the best from On Deck. Yeah, this was before they started doing crazy stuff on the show, like robots going crazy or Star Trek parodies or episodes with Dwight Howard. But yeah, I give this episode a solid 8 out of 10. Clearly the show was still in its prime during this episode. Real quick, before you guys leave to do whatever it is that you do around this time of day, I'd like to actually announce on video for the first time that I am working on a multi-hour Kickin' It retrospective. At the time of me writing this out, I have about 2 hours completely edited, and you can now view the first hour and any other future updates on my Patreon for $2 a month. If you want to see it before anyone else, there you go. No pressure. You don't have to. I just thought I would throw that out there. Hopefully, I can get that video out before the year ends, but I just want to let you guys know what I've been cooking up. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below. As always, I am Mr. Nostalgia, and I have tomato in places that tomato should never be. Peace.